You walk into the airport thinking you understand the rules. Tickets, lines, boarding passes, controlled chaos. But what if I told you the airport isn't built to move you forward? It's built to test you before you ever reach your gate? Behind the friendly smiles and glowing kiosks, airlines and airports run a quiet playbook. One filled with triggers, pressure points, and invisible traps that decide whether you glide through or quietly lose hundreds of dollars before takeoff. These aren't rumors. They're patterns, whispered by flight crews, buried in TSA audits, and shared only by travelers who've seen how the system really works. Because in 2025, the airport isn't just a place. It's a system. One that tests your patience, your wallet, and your instincts. And once you learn how to read its moves, you'll never travel the same way again. Secret 1. The exit row trick airlines hope you never learn. It always starts with a seat. The emergency exit row, a few extra inches of legroom that can turn a cramped flight into something almost luxurious. And airlines know it. That's why American Airlines can charge up to $95 for it. Delta, up to $165 for the same air you were already breathing. But here's the part they don't advertise. Those seats aren't always assigned by money. A flight attendant once told me, "We don't fill exit rows randomly. We look for people who seem calm, cooperative, and confident." That was the clue. From that point on, I became that passenger. Friendly, relaxed, easy. When the agent looked up, I'd smile and say, "Hey, if you still need someone responsible for the exit row, I'm happy to help." Half the time, it worked. Why? Because when they need someone fast, they don't choose the person demanding an upgrade. They choose the person who made their job easier. And here's a psychological edge most people miss. When you ask for something, add the word because. Could I switch to the exit row because my legs are long? The reason barely matters. The word itself increases compliance. And if that still doesn't work, sit near the exit row. Because sometimes the assigned passenger isn't qualified, and the crew needs a replacement. If you're already there, you're first in line. That's not luck. That's awareness. Secret 2. How TSA reads you without you realizing it. At security, everyone's focused on bins, belts, laptops, and shoes. But TSA is watching something else. You. For years, the TSA ran a program called SPOT, screening of passengers by observation techniques. Officers were trained to read faces, hands, posture, and stress signals. Sweating too much. Yawning oddly. Looking pale after shaving a beard. Any of it could flag you. The problem? The Government Accountability Office later found zero scientific evidence that it worked. Yet similar behavioral programs still exist today. Same idea, new name. And here's what makes it worse. There's almost no accountability. No consistent tracking. No real oversight. So how do you avoid getting flagged? You don't fake calm, you practice it. Don't overcorrect. Don't scan the room like you're acting innocent. Relax your shoulders. Breathe steadily. Speak briefly and politely. The irony is brutal. The harder you try to look innocent, the guiltier you appear. Blend in. Be natural. TSA can't read your mind, but they'll happily misread your nerves. Secret 3. The gate agent surveillance game. You think the real test starts when boarding begins. It doesn't. Gate agents are sizing you up long before the scanner ever beeps. They sit there typing, but their eyes are moving constantly. Scanning for oversized bags before anyone lines up. Faces get bookmarked. Bags get tagged. So when boarding starts, they already know who they're stopping. Why? Because time is money. Catching rule breakers midline slows everything down. So they pre-select their targets. If you want to avoid being one of them, keep your bag low and close to your body. Don't parade it in front of the desk. Soft bags blend better than hard shells. And yes, black bags really do attract less attention. It's not about hiding. It's about not inviting scrutiny. Once a gate agent decides your bag looks wrong, you won't talk your way out of it. Secret 4. The commission trap making gate agents stricter than ever. Here's what most travelers don't know. On some budget airlines, enforcing bag rules isn't just policy. It's profit. Carriers like Spirit and Frontier have paid gate agents $5 to $10 per bag they flag. Multiply that by dozens of passengers a day. Suddenly, every extra inch of fabric is cash. That's why those viral videos exist. Agents arguing over bags that clearly fit. It's incentive, not accident. And the gate is where you have the least power. You can't repack. You can't dispute. You won't miss your flight over an argument. Swipe. Done. $60 gone. The solution? Choose bags that look compliant. Dark colors. Soft edges. Compact designs that open wide. In 2025, bag enforcement isn't just about rules. It's about triggering a bonus system. So the smartest move is never getting noticed at all. Secret 5. The voluntary bag check mistake. This one catches even seasoned travelers. You see the metal sizing bin. Curiosity kicks in. You slide your bag in just to check. Big mistake. The moment you volunteer your bag, you surrender control. If it's even slightly off, that's a force check, no debate. The smarter move. Never offer your bag unless required. If you need to test it, do it away from the counter. An empty gate. A quiet corner. Some travelers even redistribute weight, jackets, pockets, travel vests. It's not about cheating. It's about avoiding a setup designed to trap you. Once your bag touches that bin, you've already signed the contract. Secret 6. Why airlines lie about delays. Ever watched your delay creep from 30 minutes to an hour to 2? That's not bad communication. That's strategy. If airlines announced a 3-hour delay upfront, passengers would scatter. Rebooking, demanding refunds, overwhelming staff. So instead, they drip-feed hope. Just 30 more minutes. It keeps you calm. It keeps you seated. And most importantly, it keeps you captive. Track your aircraft yourself. Apps like Flight Radar 24 and FlightAware tell the truth schedules won't. If the plane hasn't even landed yet, that 30-minute delay is fiction. That's your cue to eat, relax, or plan. Not sit frozen at the gate. Secret 7. How airlines cancel your seat before you miss your connection. You sprint through the terminal. You see the plane. The door is still open. And yet the agent says, "Sorry, your seat was reassigned." Welcome to predictive cancellation. Some airlines use software that removes passengers before they actually miss a connection. Based on probability, not reality. Once your seat is gone, it's gone. If this happens to you, ask one question. Was I removed predictively? If yes, use this phrase. Involuntary denial of boarding. Those words unlock compensation. Because in modern air travel, showing up isn't enough. You have to beat the algorithm. Secret 8. The flight credit trap. When flights get cancelled, airlines love offering credits. It sounds generous. It isn't. Credits expire. They can't always be transferred. Some lose value through fees. And if you rebook and cancel again, the expiration clock often resets to the original date. Under US rules, you're entitled to a cash refund for cancelled or significantly delayed flights. Ask for it. Insist on it. Because when an airline says, "We've issued you a travel voucher," what they really mean is, "We've kept your money." So now you know. The airport isn't just a building. It's a maze of systems quietly tilted against you. But knowledge flips the power back. You stop being a target. You start being the exception. And the next time you walk into an airport, you'll walk in knowing exactly what's happening behind the curtain. Share this with someone who always gets hit with bag fees, or never makes their connection. Because it's not bad luck. It's a system,